Sup dickheads, Gobbo's back, and welcome to ULC Tier 2, no it's Tier 1, it's Tier 1 not Tier 2, Tier 1 Round 3 at Austria. So we're going to jump on board with my first quali lap here, breaking into turn 1, take the first apex nicely, just about clean, get a nice drive, and there's a car coming out of the pits here, but it looks like it's going to go, so that's alright. Actually wish it didn't, because I would have got slipstream. But anyway, and that's IRL Giovinazzi. So the first sector we've done a 16.4, which is not too bad. And here we go down between turn 2 and turn 3. At this point, I'm praying, like, I can see his ghost is going to get in the way in the braking zone. And there, as you can see, we just braked and turned in too early because his ghost was putting us off, which was shit. So we've invalidated that lap time. And but never mind, we will go again with this lap. So and again, getting another good run out of the final corner, just setting up the lap, and braking just after the 100 meter board down to third gear, then up to fourth on the exit. Pretty standard shit. Lose the back end a tiny bit, but that's alright. That's not alright, but you know, like didn't crash. So coming into the first sector, we're only 69 thousandths off Flying Finn's time, albeit he was on the supers. So I think that first sector was a tiny bit quicker than my other first sector, so at least it was an improvement, which was good. And this it was important to get quali laps in early because it started to rain, I think. Yeah, it did start to rain. And even though it wasn't forecast, I don't think it was forecast, but yeah, so there was a lot of people on quali bans as well, so I thought I could start quite hard up the grid. And as you can see, for the first two sectors, I'm only 2.5 tenths off Finn's time, albeit, as I said, on the quicker tyre. And going into the second to last corner, I was like, try not to bottle, and here we go. There's the bottle, there's the invalidated lap time, and a bit of frustration there. And look at that, comes across the line, sets an 8.9, and I reckon that could have been at least a 7.7 or something, or 7.8. So as you can see, we're in the lobby, we're just loading up for the race. And BPRL midget 27, Sam has been kicked out of the lobby, and that was a bit shit. But even worse was I chose to start on the soft tyres, knowing the rain was coming, or like I didn't know the rain was coming, but I wanted to start on softs. And he started on super softs, but it swapped our tyres. The game swapped our tyres when he disconnected. So I ended up starting on his super softs, and his ghost, as you would have seen, had my yellow tyres on, my softs. So that was shit, but yeah, that was turn 1, we negotiated that alright, and here's me just trying to invite Sam back, but to no avail, because his car had already been kicked off the grid, so it's such a shame for him, because he had decent pace. I think we both had pretty decent pace actually. I reckon my quali lap would have put me about 5th or 6th, even though most of the guys around there would have been on the super softs and I was on the ultras, but would have been pretty cool to start high up, but never mind. Doesn't really matter. So anyway, we're in 15th place now. There's a massive, not really a massive train, but we're just about on the tail end of the pack. There's a little gap behind us to Jamie, so at this point I was just chilling. I think was I still running in lean at this point? Might have been, but yeah. So we're in 15th at the moment, and yeah, not an amazing start, but it's alright. Although at this point I was still really, like, I was trying to work out what happened with the tyres, because I was meant to be starting on softs and they put me on supers. But yeah, so we kind of caught up to their, or at least Commando's fallen off the pack, which was obviously not great for him, but we're going to try and take advantage. He's going to get on the curb and the Astro on the exit, so we're going to say yes please, duck into a slipstream, duck out again, brake into turn 1. We're going to miss the apex and get a little bit squirrely, but that actually worked to our advantage because it meant that he couldn't really try the cutback, so that was pretty nice. And again, onto lap 3, or lap 4 sorry, we've caught this massive gaggle of cars, which I think it's 6 different, if you include Commando behind us, it's 7 different guys. So there's Giovinazzi, Verline, Luke, obviously, Danny, Harry, myself, and Commando just behind. So that's 7 different leagues all having this massive ding dong scrap, which was pretty cool. And I was like, look, I was watching this and I was like, look, they're bound to crash. There's bound to be a crash at any moment now. So as I was deliberately kind of hanging back, and boom, there goes Verline. So bye bye, we'll take that position. And at this point I had a sneaky feeling Luke was pitting because of just how far to the right he was staying. So I kind of backed out, just take a bit of caution, and yep, he does pit, so that's us up into 12th. And there's a corner cut, lol, but never mind. And here's Commando actually trying to get us back, which he is going to do. He's going to slam upper inside, not really going to get much room on the exit, but never mind, not going to argue that, because what good would it do? I'm 2 weeks late. Yeah, so, but I wasn't done. I was like, hang about, you just shoved me off the track. So I'm still in Commando slipstream. He's a little bit off the pack, so he hasn't actually got DRS. And you're going to see now, I did a couple of like quick races and I was trying this move on a load of AI, and I've dived from so far back, but like I kind of knew the limit of where you could brake and not go off the track on the exit and not just like fly off the track. So I tried it and it worked perfectly. He wasn't able to get on the power, so that was pretty brilliant. And there onto lap 7 is the inevitable front wing damage, which I was hoping I wouldn't get, but I did, so never mind. And so anyway, we can see Harry and Giovinazzi having a little scrap. We're just going to tuck in behind, and then they're going to touch. We're going to see a gap in between them, but it's going to close, but for some reason Harry is still quite hesitant on the throttle. We even got on the brakes there, I think, trying to avoid Giovinazzi. So we're going to dive up the inside of both of them into turn 3. It's going to work perfectly. I was in a really racy mood at this point, but Giovinazzi's going to get a cutback. He's going to get back ahead of us, but us, even with some outer end plate damage, we're going to hold that position off. So at this point I felt I was driving like really well. Like, not gonna lie, I was driving really well, but I was on the wrong strategy. So at this point I don't actually think people knew it was going to rain in the race. Maybe they did, maybe, but because it rained in qualifying and people were doing laps in quali, so maybe they did know, but I didn't check the forecast. And I only knew it was going to rain because Jamie, who's just overtaken me now, I wasn't really going to fight that one. He told Matteo, who he was in a party with. Then Matteo put it on the stream chat, and then Sam told me what read from the stream chat. So then I knew it was going to rain, which made me even more pissed off that I wasn't starting on softs, because the softs could have potentially gone to when it was saying it was going to rain, but I knew the super soft wouldn't, especially with this like end plate damage. So as you can see, initially I was like, while the super softs had good grip, I was basically the best of the rest of that massive pack, with the other guys like too far ahead. And then Jamie's got by me, and then Jork and Harry have also got by me. So I'm going to pit this lap. Jason's almost like I went quite wide, but yeah, I really attacked this pit lane quite a lot. As you can see, I've only just slowed it down in time. That was quite a decent pit entry, but we're going to get a front wing change and we're going to go on to ultra softs. So like, I was thinking maybe I should have pitted like a lap early for ultra softs, but the whole idea of this pit stop was, as soon as I saw the rain was going to be way too late, arrive way too late for my supers, I was, no, for my ultras, like, well, for my supers to last the whole way, I bailed out, went on to ultras and was like, right, I'm just going to pump in some really quick laps and hope to hell that the rain would arrive too late for everyone that was on softs. So then if they had to pit for another set of dries before the rain arrived, I would have been setting such quick lap times that I would have jumped them, and then we would have all had to pit for inters, so I would have been ahead of them on track. But it didn't quite work, so as you can see, on my first flying lap I set my quickest lap. We're going to overtake Cyril Verline there. I think he had to pit earlier after he went into the gravel, I don't know, but that was a pretty nice move. And yeah, so at this point it was all about just saying some quick laps, trying to catch the pack, who the guys I were racing at this point are between the last corner and second to last corner now. If you look at the map, they're just about to cross the line now. So those were the people before I pitted were racing. So it's basically just trying to close a gap to them. But I think around lap 12, lap 13, you could already see the spots of rain starting to fall. So I knew the softs would make it to the rain, which was so annoying because like I was starting on them until the game took them away from me, which is just really stupid and fucked up. But yeah, that's alright. As again we go and set our quickest lap. So these ultra softs like actually going quite quick. They're lasting like with decent pace as well, a lot longer than I thought. And as you can see, I've gone careering off track there because I got the change strategy thing just in the last corner, so I went to do it and went really far off. But yeah, so pitting now onto inters, like you can definitely see the rain coming down, so it's obviously the right choice of tyre. And alright stop from the Sauber boys, 2.3 considering they're Sauber, so it's alright. Little tap on the wall on the inside, but that's not going to lose me any M plates. And Iro Hamilton has come out on super soft, so I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but it's not a dry inters wets lobby, mate, so get your tyres sorted out. And here is Camundo, who was, I don't know where he was on track, not gonna lie, but anyway, we're going to go up his inside as he's coming out of the pit, so his inter's going to be so cold at this point. Well, they might have been, I don't know, but that was my thinking. So I'm going to put a move on him into turn 2, which has stuck. And then here we are on lap 18. I still haven't been able to really pull away from him, so I'm going to go deep into turn 2. I just missed my braking point. I'm going to try and squeeze him, but I'm going to give him some room, going to be fair. And I think I must have been running lower wings than him because you can see me go right back ahead of him on the straight, and then he ducks behind me again, and then all of a sudden, right as I'm turning into the corner, his arrows like move to my right again. So I couldn't quite tell if he was all the way behind me or not, but I thought whatever he did, it was a bit of a late move, so I kind of thought about wetting up, but I didn't. But anyway, lap 25 and he has caught up to me again, so admittedly he probably had better pace in these conditions than me. And I've got on the curb on the inside, and Ben got on the grass, and it's given him a perfect run to try and get me. This time I'm going to leave him a lot of space, and he's going to get that move done, which, like, fair play to him. He's overtaken me, and that's cool. So down in 14th, and now onto the end of lap 26. He's going to pit to go onto dries, and there's my 3-second time penalty for getting my third warning, so fuck that, never mind. And on this lap I'm going to pit. I think this lap Danny and Jork had a big incident in front of me, so gained me a bit of time to them. And there's me having my pit stop, and that is a lot slower, like thank you Saber boys. So anyway, we're coming out of the pits now, very squirrely because the pit lane's still a bit wet, and I've gone deep and I've grinded all the way around the wall, probably quite lucky not to destroy my car. Got a little bit of end plate damage there, but it wasn't too bad because, well, actually it was not great through the last 2 corners, but you don't really need as much downforce through turn 2 and 3, which are the main right-handers, because they're just like little hairpins. So anyway, there's lap 29, there's me getting all out of shape, and I didn't realise how close I was to taking out RBZ there, who was the race leader. So like, if I'd have came back on the track any earlier, I would have like smashed into him. That'd have been race over. And yeah, I'm not that kind of guy that fucks up when people are lapping me. Lol. And so here we go. There's the virtual safety car come out, and here's a virtual safety car, well, and here's an ending, and I've had a really shit virtual safety car ending, and Giovinazzi is all on my ass, and he's gonna mug me, absolutely destroy me down into turn 7. I'm gonna try and hold it around his outside. I'm actually holding it around his outside, and we're still side by side, but there wasn't enough space there for 2 cars, so I've gone wide. He's got me, that's alright. And here we go, here's the blue flags for Ciaru's car, and I'm not gonna brake in front of you, CRU. Don't worry, I'm gonna let you through. There you go. Yeah, I'm not a certain Red Bull driver braking in front of people who are lapping you. Like, let's be honest, what the fuck was Commando doing there? I mean, I think I'm allowed to say it now because I'm like 2 weeks late, so it's fine. I can slag him off all I want. What the fuck was he doing when he was letting Finn and CRU through? I mean, not gonna lie, just brakes in front of Finn, and then Finn smashes into him. Like, what do you expect? I thought he was being a bit of an idiot. But here we have Danny going really slow. I was either out of fuel or had a puncture or something. And here is Jamie, who was basically on the strategy I wanted to be on. He's going to pass Danny, and he's going to claim a point, which is a bit shit because I would have been on that strategy, and I felt I could have maybe been like 8th or 9th or 10th, but hey, never mind. Maybe I'll score a point this season, another 13th place, but that's alright. We'll move on to Silverstone, which has actually already happened, so hopefully I can get that video out soon. But yeah guys, thanks for watching, peace out.